As you guys have probably picked up on it by now, the AAU season has somewhat came back, and this is the greatest thing that's happened to high school sports or any sports in a while. It's just really nice to see sports and everyday life somewhat coming back to us. But here's the thing, Mikey Williams and a couple other star players just recently literally formed a monster team. This team is like the Monstars team out of Space Jam with the Looney Tunes. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. This AAU team is known as no other than the Atlanta Celtics. And they've had a history of great players, but not like the players they've had this year. I'm not going to cover every player on this team, but I'm just going to cover the main and big three. This team was originally only supposed to have Mikey Williams and JD Davison, which are two 5-star recruits. And Mikey Williams is regarded as one of the best players in his class, so that's almost enough as it is. And you're telling me you're going to give him another 5-star player? So what else would you need? They didn't just stop there, the good got better. It was announced less than 24 hours ago that Sky Clark will join JD Davison and Mikey Williams. Sky Clark is a 5-star recruit and ranked a top 20 player in his class. JD Davison is much of the same, and you know Mikey Williams. And here's the thing, it's not like they're barely 5-star recruits. All three of these players are regarded as the top players in their class and positions. And they actually played last night, and let's just say things got out of hand very quickly. And all of this sounds great, but here's the thing, why is Mikey playing on an Atlanta team in Georgia when he's from California? I get it's AAU, but for him to travel that far across the country to play for a certain team, that's just kind of strange. Even though we're not 100% sure why he made this decision, there is one thing we should take notice in. Him and JD are very close, and it dates all the way back to middle school. And long story short, that's his guy and one of his best friends. And I'm all for it, I have nothing against it. If that's what he wants to do, then just let him be. But I do have one question that I think you guys should take into consideration as well. Just recently, one of Mikey Williams' friends, who's a top recruit known as Bryce Griggs, transferred to Mikey Williams High School. So you would think they play AAU together to get that connection going. But hey, that's just an idea for me. Maybe they already got that connection, but it's just something to think about. And they did play last night and they ran away with the game. But is it a high school basketball game with Mikey Williams if he's not doing some crazy dunk? And of course, he did just that. And a lot of people were calling him cocky after the way he dunked the ball and just his attitude on the court. And this is something I've really took notice in, and I might even have to make a video about it. Roughly only 6, 7, or even 8 months ago, everybody in the world loved Mikey Williams. But as time just continues on, it just seems like everybody's starting to hate Mikey Williams and think he's cocky and he's somewhat turning into the villain. I don't know, maybe I'm gassing it up too much, but that's just what I see in the comments. And the Slam High School Instagram account was posting some clips of it, and the comment section was pretty good. And just like I had the question, a lot of people were saying the same thing. How is he playing for the Atlanta Celtics if he lives in California? And it's a tournament, so they're playing a lot of games, and I believe they're playing 2 games as well today. In the first game, Mikey only dropped 6 points, and a lot of people were clowning him for that. And of course, we had a ton of people in the comments talking about, oh, did Corona die? Why are we playing with Corona, man? Just shut up. We gotta get on with our everyday lives, man. We can't just live in fear forever. And that's my personal opinion about it. We can't live in a bubble forever. We gotta get back to everyday activity. You may have a different opinion, but that's mine. Anyways, let's continue on with the news. Of course, Slam was posting a ton of clips of Mikey, and Bree14 said, I can't wait until Slam finds out that Mikey is not the only high school player in the world. And yeah, I somewhat agree with them, but hey, Mikey's popping, so they gotta cover who's at the top. Zap89 said, he's good, but just gotta stop acting like that after every play, lol. If that's anyone else, they get a delayed game. He's talking about when Mikey did a self alley-oop and he grabbed the ball and slammed it down. I mean, it wasn't the humblest thing I've ever seen, but I didn't think it was that bad. And I'm not going to read every single comment, but a bunch of people were saying if he stops being cocky, he is good to go. And the final score at the end of this game was 73-49, so yeah, it wasn't close. And that's not a big deal, but what happened at the end of the game was the craziest and just weirdest thing I've ever seen. I can honestly say I've never seen it before in my life, whether that's on video or on person, so let's get into it. Alright, so basically the game was over and they cleared the lane for Mikey Williams to do a crazy dunk. He goes up and misses the dunk, right? Then his teammate gets the rebound, dribbles out to the 3-point line and tries to dunk himself, and he misses. Which isn't a big deal because they was trying to do some difficult dunks. And everyone in the stands were hyping them up, and I bet it was so cool just to be there. Just from the video, you could feel the atmosphere and energy in that building. But when the second guy, who was wearing number 23, missed the dunk, the opposing team got the rebound and tried to dunk themselves. And of course, Mikey Williams' team was giving them the open lane because they was doing that as well. But then they missed a dunk. They was trying some difficult dunks though, but they get the rebound, pass it around, and then another Another guy tries to do a basic one-hander dunk and he misses. This entire sequence happened within 45 seconds to a minute. And hey, I know they was missing the dunks, but these kids are crazy athletic. Of course, this clip was posted on Instagram and the comment section completely went off. Jalen said, when everybody got a dunk rating of 60 on 2K. Then Daw Bishop said, gotta be some type of all-star game, and honestly, that's what it looked like. And of course, you had a lot of old heads complaining, oh, I can't believe their coaches let them act this way, but man, the game was over, it doesn't even matter. And plus, it's AAU. If you play AAU, you know it's literally just a one-on-one showcase. Tay1K said, this is just like a Rising Stars game. And like I said, there's a ton of comments, and if you want to check them out yourself, go to Slam's Instagram. The last and final one I'm going to read though says this: whoever was the losing team is soft AF. Anyone who knows anything about sports know you'd be starting a fight if someone tries that at the end of the game. Alright, I said that was the last one, but I just saw this reply. YouGoBoss23 replied to him and said, bro, you're white. And then Real Wage said, what does that have to do with anything? And then Baby Birdman, who's actually verified on Instagram, got into it as well and said, what does that have to do with anything? And the guy who said the white comment, he didn't respond, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty funny. If you're a real hooper, you know, that wouldn't happen in high school basketball, and if it did, there would be a fight starting. And by high school basketball, I'm referring to a real regular season. This is AAU, this is where kids just try to show out. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Maybe y'all do, y'all drop y'all comments down below. But when I'm making this video, I believe Mikey Williams and his team is actually playing right now. So if something crazy happens, I'll definitely get y'all an update and cover that news for y'all. But even though Mikey Williams, Sky Clark, and JD Davison, all of these 5-star recruits are on the same team, I haven't seen many highlights of the other guys. If you got Mikey Williams on your team though, that's just how it goes because the media rides Mikey Williams. So I definitely would like to see Sky Clark and JD Davison's highlight in the future, but hey, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how they play today. But yeah, man, with all this being said, that's about gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family, hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.